GM note, it's dark here. Click the Use Item button to select a source of light. Travel alert, using the trail, you travel south, taking 5 minutes to arrive. The path here continues northwest into the forest and south back to Tobin. Travel alert, using the path, you travel south, taking a half hour to arrive. Racing back to the village park, it appears you may be too late. The inner circle representative Margaret has already arrived and hundreds of townspeople have gathered to cheer her on. With no time to lose, you and Arianna squirm your way through the crowd and soon reach the center of attention. Several large wagons rest along the newly laid gravel road, the Tobin village elders all standing before the center wagon as the representative herself steps down to greet all the cheering townspeople. With only seconds to act, what do you do? Choose an option, focus on Representative Margaret, scan the crowd for trouble, search for the Chagarian Darius. You quickly account for all of the town elders but you can't seem to find the Chagarian Darius, or his traitorous sidekick Rachel. For the moment, all seems well and you wonder if perhaps the evil plans of Darius have somehow gone astray. Well hidden until now, Darius appears amongst the elders carrying one of the Chich's antidote sacks. He's about to put his devious plan into motion. About to leap forth to stop Darius, you feel a knife being pressed to your throat. Rachel has surprised you from behind and warns you that one false move will result in your immediate death. You then watch in stunned silence as Darius hands each of his fellow elders a vial of tainted antidote, along with several of Representative Margaret's guards, compelling them all to drink up, the liquid an obvious sign of tradition and respect within Tobin. Supreme Healer Priest Bester approves, and quickly the antidote is imbibed, the plan of Darius working flawlessly. On behalf of my fellow elders, I welcome you to our humble village of Tobin. Darius begins, seizing control of the situation. We are so happy that you've come. While the actual village elders look confused with Darius suddenly seizing control of Margaret's arrival, the circle wizard herself seems completely at ease with the introduction, assuming the spectacle was all planned from the start. Waving to the crowd, Representative Margaret now stands just a few feet from Darius, totally unsuspecting. With his now characteristic grin, the Chagarian then springs his trap. Now I won't have to hunt you down to kill you. Without warning, Darius leaps forward and wraps a strange, glowing cord around the representative, taking her by surprise. What's this? Exclaims the circle wizard, immediately recognizing the anti-magic device wrapped around her. A Jacocard? My magic? That's right, demon. Darius laughs, withdrawing a long and lean dagger to slay the sorceress with. Without your magic, you're just an old, frail woman. Guards. Representative Margaret shouts, her life suddenly in very real danger. I don't think so, Darius grins again as Margaret's soldier entourage reacts, drawing their swords to defend the circle wizard. All of you, lay down your weapons and stand down. Now poisoned by the corrupted energies of the Nemfruit, both the village elders and the circle guards stand confused, beginning to recognize Darius as their true master. Indeed, the townspeople here have been charmed as well. There appears to be no hope for Margaret now. Darius laughs again, then raises his dagger into the air, about to strike. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot Arianna standing 30 feet away, her bow raised but unsure of what to do. The two of you lock eyes, and her desperate look begs you for advice. What should she do? Choose an option. Free me? Shoot Darius? Shoot Rachel? Arianna agrees with the option. Not having a clear shot, the young elf pulls back on her bow, steadies her aim and fires. Well done, Janet. Trying to shoot Darius was definitely the right call. Each hero earns 25 experience points. Okay, let's see if Arianna hits the mark. At such a close range, I would normally grant her a +4 to hit, but given that she's standing within the crowd and her line of sight is partially blocked, her +4 bonus is nullified, but I will grant a +2 bonus for attacking Darius from behind. Unprepared for the attack, the armor class of Darius is 10, and with Arianna's dexterity bonus of +3, she only needs a 5 or better to hit. Needing a 5 or greater from Arianna, a 19 was rolled. Success, bullseye. Arianna's fateful shot lands squarely between the shoulder blades of Darius, causing him to cry out in sudden pain and suffering 4 points of damage. More importantly, Darius drops the Jakakard and Representative Margaret kicks it away, freeing herself. Margaret then begins chanting a powerful spell, something that will quickly slay Darius. Recognizing the sudden turn of events, the Chagarian activates his ring of teleportation and within an instant he is gone. The Circle Wizard has been saved but Darius has, unfortunately, escaped. Darius. Rachel whispers from behind, the young thief recognizing all too well that he has left her here to her own fate. Damn you, Janet. At least you will die with me. Moments later, the pressure of the blade at your throat is removed and you slowly turn to see Arianna standing behind Rachel, her own dagger at Rachel's throat. You nod to Arianna, then quickly turn toward Representative Margaret, the woman very angry over her close brush with death. While Darius is now gone, his Nemfrit poison continues to drug nearly everyone, causing them to behave aggressively. The danger isn't over, you need to act quickly. It takes a few wild moments for you to approach the Circle Wizard, the sorceress quite angry and ready for anything. Be careful, Representative Margaret does not know who to trust and may take your sudden approach as another threat. How do you wish to interact with her? Choose an option, ask her if she is okay, defend her from the crowd, warn about the tainted antidote. As you approach to within 5 feet or so, you turn your back to her so you can face any additional combatants and ensure she is protected. The tactic seems to work, exposing your own back like that demonstrates your sincerity and she begins to trust you. Each hero earns 25 experience points. And who are you, child? Representative Margaret finally asks, initiating a conversation. As you begin to tell your story, the wizard quickly interrupts, mumbling something about words being too slow. She then reaches out for you, and in an instant, you feel her mind probe your own, as if she were somehow able to know what you've seen and experienced. As the sorceress absorbs your thoughts and encounters, the sensation becomes quite intense, almost intolerable. Indeed, let's do a constitution check to see if you can endure the entire experience. Needing a 11 or less from Janet, a 20 was rolled. Failure, while disconcerting and even painful at times, it does seem like the wizard's means for extracting the truth from you is far more efficient this way than with mere words. However, the sensation is just too much and you try to drive her out of your mind. Unfortunately, you're no match for a truistic of the inner circle and the woman soon takes everything she needs from you, the pain nearly unbearable. I see, the representative finally utters, now completely aware of what has happened. Stand back. Margaret then orders, herself taking a step forward. You watch in utter amazement as the sorceress casts the 6th level spell Anti-Magic Shell and dispels all magic around her in a 10-foot radius. The nearest townspeople drugged by the Nemfrit are immediately cured, while it takes a few minutes for Margaret to pass through the crowd and ensure that everyone else is similarly cured. Soon even the wizard's own guards as well as the village elders are back to their senses, embarrassed by the sudden corruption of the tainted antidote but equally civil and thankful toward Margaret. Guards. Representative Margaret shouts, her work here all but complete. This town is not safe for us. We leave at once. The military entourage protecting the wizard do as they're told, preparing their small collection of wagons and carriages to depart the village park and continue their trek southward. And what should we do with this one? Village elder Allard asks of Rachel, the thief now defeated and dejected. She's as guilty as the Chagarian, Arianna hisses, the young elf not forgetting what Rachel and Darius had done to her brother Benjamin. They murdered my brother and caused all this to happen. Justice is swift here in Tabin, Elder Allard replies, attempting to comfort both Margaret as well as Arianna. Janet, join us at the village center when you're done here so we can decide this rogue's fate. And with that Rachel is led away, a dozen townspeople ensuring that her escape is an impossibility. Representative Margaret nods with approval, then turns back for her own carriage, about to depart. "Follow me," she says to you and Arianna. The three of you return to the place where Darius had nearly slain Margaret just minutes ago. Without hesitation, the circle wizard picks the Jakakard up off the ground and turns to you, retrieving her own dagger moments later. "I hate these things. They can render even the mightiest wizard powerless, but they're also quite fragile." There. With a strong tug, Margaret cuts the Jakakard apart, immediately destroying it. She then hands the object to you, an apparent reward for all you've done. "You two did well and have my appreciation. Take this, it's no longer magical, but it should fetch quite a lot somewhere." The old woman shows a hint of gratitude, then allows a nearby soldier to help her into her carriage, about to pull away. GM note, your quest log has been updated. Click the quests button for all the details. Back inside her carriage, the circle wizard orders her procession forward, clearly wanting to leave Tobin as soon as possible. The primary window of the carriage then opens and Representative Margaret pokes her head through, about to leave some final orders with you it seems. "Janet, I am expecting great things from you, I can sense it. I hereby order you to Kathleen, capital of Pirapa. The city is being attacked by the undead and you need to stop it. Go at once, as I am afraid Kathleen does not have much time." And with that, the circle wizard's procession drives away to the south. Let's do an intelligence check to see what your character knows about Kathleen. Needing a 13 or less from Janet, a 8 was rolled. Success. GM note, your quest log has been updated. Click the quests button for all the details. Sure, you know of Kathleen, the capital city of Pirapa located about 4 days away to the east. If memory serves, the city was attacked a year ago by undead monsters, but those attacks didn't last long. It's disappointing to hear that the attacks have apparently resumed. The crowd has left and the park clearing is now quiet and empty. If you're thinking about heading east out of Tobin, be sure to stop at both the town hall as well as Sislan Church. You may have some business to attend to in both those places before leaving town. Travel alert, using the road, you travel northeast, taking 20 minutes to arrive. Justice often moves very swiftly within Mariga, and this time is no exception. As you return to the town hall, the village elders and dozens of Tobin's most prominent citizens have already gathered to sentence Rachel for helping the escaped Chagarian Darius attempt to murder the inner circle representative Margaret. Your heart sinks with dread. Nothing good ever comes of these trials, and despite her obvious betrayal of you and Arianna, you suspect Rachel is doomed and it's not a good feeling. Let us bring this trial to order. Begins Elder Allard, the senior official within Tobin. The defendant has committed the highest treason against the people of Tobin, the country of Pirapa, the whole of Mariga and, especially, the righteousness of the inner circle. The question before us isn't whether she should be executed but simply how. Elder Allard then turns to you and asks you to step forward. Having almost single-handedly saved the life of the representative, it appears that you will have the final say in how Rachel is dealt with. As our new hero of Tobin, Janet, the elders have decided to follow your advice on how this thief should be executed. Should it be quick and merciful, slow and painful, or do we cast her into Gemcore to suffer for all eternity? This Gemcore sounds pretty bad. Let's do a curiosity check to see if your character knows anything about it. Needing a 13 or less from Janet, a 19 was rolled. Failure, sorry, but you know nothing of Gemcore. Of course, the line about suffering for all eternity sounds pretty bad. Certainly Rachel does not deserve such a fate. Elder Allard asks again, what will it be? You have 3 horrible options to choose from, none of which seem appropriate. All eyes stare at you as you carefully consider your response. Choose an option: cast her into Gemcore, quick and merciful death, slow and painful death. The party's reputation score permanently increases by 1 point. GM note: your quest log has been updated. Click the quests button for all the details. Certainly the better of 3 very negative choices. Rachel immediately begins sobbing for her life and you turn away, your heart breaking as well. Elder Allard nods, and several guards quickly whisk Rachel away, likely to be beheaded within the hour. While some may have wanted an even harsher penalty for the thief, justice has been more than done and your personal reputation will likely improve because of it. About to exit, Rachel looks back to you one last time and is then gone. You will never see her again. Supreme Healer Priest Bester leads the townspeople in a prayer for Rachel's soul, then the crowd departs, soon leaving you alone with Arianna and Elder Allard just outside the building. You've done our town a great service, the elder comments, about to leave himself. Where will you go now? I am to head east for Kathleen, you reply, Representative Margaret's warning all too clear in your mind. Apparently something is very wrong there as well. That's not an easy trek, Allard replies, considering the journey. It's only 4 days to Kathleen, but the last leg of the trek will take you through dangerous marshland. On behalf of your home village, we wish you well. Looks like you've come of age. You nod, thinking back on everything you've accomplished in just a few short days. It certainly feels good to have started your adventuring career on the right foot. If only Rachel had done the same. Everyone has now left the town hall area, leaving you and Arianna alone to your thoughts. It's time for you to move on as well. Travel alert: using the road, you travel north, taking 10 minutes to arrive. The Sislan Temple continues to stand here, still the most important building in Tabin, and you're welcome to enter. Travel alert: using the doorway, you travel north, taking a minute to arrive. The Supreme Healer Priest awaits guests to the north, while a doorway to the south opens into the village of Tabin. You can also visit any of the 6 large tapestries hanging from the walls to the west, north and east to learn more about the full history of Mariga. Travel alert: returning to the altar and pulpit, you take 10 minutes to arrive. Supreme Healer Priest Bester now awaits your return from the caves north of Tabin with something to prove you were actually there. Hence, you will need to give him something to further this quest. Janet offers uses the sacred Sislan ring and loses it from her inventory. You hand over the sacred ring you found at the cave and explain what happened, sorrowful to announce that none of the priests survived their encounter with the Chagarian ultimate Darius and his lackey thief Rachel. Bester utters a quick and silent prayer, then slowly turns for the altar behind the 3 of you. Thank you for risking your life in support of our work here at the Sislan Way, Bester returns, his soul clearly bruised by the news. I will personally see to the rituals and burials of our brave, unfortunate brethren. We will then rebuild our operations and start providing our antidote again. Choose an option, and that reward. Healer Priest Bester slowly nods, then reaches behind the altar and retrieves a small stone collections box normally used to solicit funds from those entering the church. He speaks a few magical words and the box pops open, revealing your reward inside. Gold. Each hero receives 50 gold pieces. For your time and trouble, a reward of 100 gold coins and a few potions of fear antidote. As promised, Bester states matter-of-factly, his mind still focused on his lost priests. Thank you for your courage and heroism, and may Sisla continue to forever bless you and watch over you. GM note: your quest log has been updated. Click the quests button for all the details. You grab the loot and secure it away in your pack. Congratulations in the completion of your first major quest. Let's reward your party with some quest-ending bonus experience points. Each hero earns 375 experience points. The temple to Sisla remains the same, hallowed and inspiring. Several clerics await your request for any healing services you may need, while Supreme Healer Priest Bester gently nods in your direction, thankful for what you have done for him, for Tobin and for the Sislan way. Travel alert, returning to the entrance chamber, you take 10 minutes to arrive, the Supreme Healer. Travel alert, using the unlocked door. Travel alert, returning to the hostel, you take 20 minutes to arrive. If you're looking to spend a night at the hostel to rest and recover, there is a single room available at the cost of 20 copper pieces. GM note, Janet lost 2 silver pieces, you pay the hostel fee and soon find yourself within a safe and secure chamber. The place is small but more than adequate, and as the entire building is guarded you won't have any trouble here. You can sleep here as long as you wish and otherwise take care of yourself. Once you leave, however, you will have to pay another 20 copper coins to rent another room. Your party rests and recovers for 8 hours. Wounds are tended, spells are memorized and your heroes are refreshed and re-energized. Travel alert, using the road, you travel southeast, taking 5 minutes to arrive, and that's a wrap for module number 1, Coming of Age. We hope you've enjoyed playing the game so far. Before you begin the next module, please consider making a small donation to the developers of BrowserQuests, the Huelsman Way LLC. Each module takes us months to develop, all the while needing to host, moderate and improve the game. Just $1 per module would be fantastic, and very much appreciated. Thank you.